It was a dreary evening, with the skies painted a melancholic grey and the wind whispering secrets through the trees. I was trudging through the dense woods, my boots crunching against the scattered leaves, when a sudden crack of a twig snapped my attention. I turned sharply, heart pounding, but saw nothing but the fading light filtering through the canopy. Just nerves, I muttered to myself, shaking my head. This part of the forest had always been eerie, but something about it tonight felt different. That's when I saw her. Emerging from the shadows, her figure was illuminated by an unearthly glow. She was tall and slender, her skin shimmering with a silvery hue that seemed to drink in the dim light. Her eyes were large, almond-shaped, and glowed a gentle teal. Strands of luminescent hair cascaded down her back, resembling flowing streams of liquid light. She was undeniably alien. "I thought I would never find you again, human," she said, her voice a harmonious blend of tones that resonated deep within my chest. Before I could react, she stepped forward and embraced me. Her touch was warm, her arms strong yet delicate, as if they had been crafted to offer solace. "Wait," I stammered, pulling back slightly. "Who are you? Do I know you?" Her expression softened, and a flicker of sadness passed over her glowing eyes. "You might not remember, but we were connected once. Long ago. Before the accident." I stared at her, trying to piece together her words. An accident. Connected. My mind raced, but the only memory that surfaced was a faint, dreamlike vision of a radiant figure in a swirling void. Could that have been her? "I don't understand," I admitted, feeling both overwhelmed and captivated. She sighed, her shoulders drooping ever so slightly. "Let me explain. My name is Zara. I am one of the Kial, a race of explorers who traverse the stars. Decades ago, I was tasked with studying your planet. But during one of my missions, I was caught in a cosmic anomaly. It pulled me into another dimension, a place where time and space twisted into chaos." Her voice trembled as she continued, "You were there. A human, lost like me. Together, we survived. We built a bond stronger than the cosmos itself. But when we found a way back to our respective worlds, the dimensional rift erased your memories of that time. I never forgot you." My head spun. The idea was absurd, impossible. And yet, deep within me, a spark of recognition stirred. I couldn't deny the strange familiarity of her presence, the way her words resonated like echoes of a forgotten dream. "If what you're saying is true," I began cautiously, "why now? Why find me again?" Her gaze bore into mine, filled with equal parts hope and desperation. "Because the rift is reopening. It threatens to consume this world. You were the key to closing it before, and I believe you are the key again." Before I could respond, the ground beneath us rumbled. A low, ominous hum filled the air, and in the distance, a jagged tear in reality began to form. It shimmered with an otherworldly light, pulsating like a living wound in the fabric of existence. "We don't have much time," Zara said, urgency sharpening her tone. "The rift will grow until it engulfs everything. You must come with me." She extended her hand, and despite my racing thoughts, I took it. Her grip was firm, her touch reassuring. Together, we ran toward the tear, the forest blurring around us as the anomaly's energy distorted reality. As we approached, Zara began to chant in a language I couldn't comprehend. Symbols of light danced around her, forming intricate patterns that floated in the air. The rift reacted, its pulsations growing erratic. "What do I need to do?" I shouted over the escalating noise. "Focus," she replied. "The bond we shared before, it's still within you. Reach for it. Feel it." I closed my eyes, trying to drown out the chaos around me. At first, all I felt was panic and confusion. But then, like a flickering flame, a memory surfaced. Zara and I, standing together in that swirling void, our hands intertwined as we faced the abyss. I remembered her voice, her strength, her unwavering resolve. The bond ignited. A surge of energy coursed through me, connecting me to Zara in a way that defied explanation. Together, we directed our combined will toward the rift. The light patterns around us intensified, converging into a brilliant beam that struck the anomaly. The rift shrieked, its edges collapsing inward. For a moment, it fought back, sending shockwaves that knocked us to the ground. But our connection held firm, and with one final burst of light, the rift imploded, leaving behind a serene silence. I opened my eyes to find Zara kneeling beside me, her glow dimmed but her expression one of relief. "You did it," she said softly. "We did it." Exhaustion threatened to pull me under, but I managed a weak smile. "So, what happens now?" Her smile was bittersweet. "The rift is gone, but the energy it left behind will linger. My people will ensure it doesn't reform. As for you," she hesitated, her eyes searching mine. "I must leave. My mission is complete, and I am needed elsewhere." A pang of sadness gripped me. "Will I ever see you again?" Zara reached out, brushing her hand against my cheek. "Perhaps. The universe is vast, but it has a way of bringing kindred spirits together. Until then, remember this." Her gaze softened, and her voice dropped to a whisper. "You are never truly alone. The bond we share transcends time and space. No matter where I am, a part of me will always be with you." With that, she rose, her form glowing brighter with each step. A shimmering portal appeared behind her, and she turned to give me one last, lingering look. "Farewell, human," she said, her voice filled with both sorrow and hope. "Farewell, Zara," I replied, my chest tight. And then she was gone, leaving me alone in the forest once more. The silence of the woods felt heavy yet comforting, like the aftermath of a storm. As I stood there, staring at the spot where she had vanished, I realized something profound. The connection we shared, the bond that had been reignited, wasn't something bound by proximity. It was alive, etched into the very fabric of my being. Though Zara had left, I felt her presence with every beat of my heart, a gentle reminder of the infinite threads that tie us to those we've truly known. The universe might be vast, but it had given me a gift, the certainty that even across the greatest distances, some bonds remain unbroken. With that thought, I turned and began my journey home, carrying her memory and her light with me.